name is Delia Dashwood from A Few Grey Hairs, and today I have Delia with me. Liz and I have been making these 2 wigs for a chemotherapy patient who has lost her hair, and she ordered Hairs with Love wigs through our campaign, which is where we go to the community, largely the high school girls, who have beautiful long hair like yours. And we teach them that we're just looking for 1, 2 or 3 full-length ponytails from each girl, and that all gets used together in wigs like this. And I had run out of hair and I prayed about it. And a few days later, Talia phoned me and said, I'm going to go through DL Link and collect a whole bunch of donated hair, which is just awesome. Thank you guys. And she's going to donate some hair herself. So I thought I would just demonstrate how easy that is and how little it affects you. It's best that we harvest hair in this rectangle down the back of the head versus coming across the sides. Because if we do cut into the sides and you wear your hair back and up in a pony, we don't want any little short pieces sticking out.
Okay.
And you're going to see that just by donating 3 small little ponies, you're going to be able to make a significant difference for somebody who needs to have a wig, such as this client of ours here. So it's so much better that you have 3 of these with the full length than typically cutting off the ends of the hair, which is what I think you said you've always known.
Yes, I wanted to donate. I've been meaning or wanting to donate my hair for a while, but you know, donating quite the length of your hair changes your appearance quite significantly, which I wasn't eager to do. So I think that this method causes relatively, you know, no difference in my appearance, and it's quite easy for me.
And even easy for you to do yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you would be able to section little pieces like this yourself. And just by coming in right next to the scalp, so we come in about, I would say about 5 millimeters away from the scalp.
Oh, wow.
And there we cut it straight off. And just like that, we then have a full length of hair, which will be able to be used in these wigs.
Wow.
Yeah, just like that. And you can see how many hair donors we need to be able to make up wigs like that.
Yeah. Wow, this is such a little bit of hair. It's so thin.
And you can see here, Talia, which you'll be able to see in the camera, it is just a small little round patch of short hair. And once that gets mixed in with the longer hair, it just grows out beautifully. You don't have little short tufts sticking out.
Okay.
So, and if people can donate like that, even if it's 1 pony like this, let's say every 6 months from different areas throughout the head, that's what we're really looking for to make a difference. But now I'm going to take 1 from over here and 1 from over there. So there's just 3 little ponies at the back.
I was really worried about, you know, having maybe a bald patch or on my head, but even these 3 strands of hair together are quite thin, so you can see that it's not really a significant portion of your hair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can keep our length,
Exactly.
which is really important.
Yeah.
Today we're very privileged to have Kira with us, and Kira has donated her hair 3 years ago, and again we have her back in our chair, which is just awesome. And as you can see, in the case of Kira, who has this beautiful, dense, coarse hair, we are able to section panels sideways on a horizontal line, as opposed to where we work just in the back section of the occipital bone. But here we're able to work in these panels and cut very close sections where you can see the hair just melts into the remaining long hair, and you don't notice that there's been any harvest taken at all. And of course, when Kira then ties her hair up, you'll see that there's no way of seeing anything in the way of a harvest. So I've already harvested the hair below, and we're going to continue now up to about here. We won't go higher than about 1 inch above the occipital bone, and I'm going to work around the sides because of the density of her hair. So what we have done is just finished harvesting Kira's hair internally. So you can see the little tufts of hair where we cut the last panel, and you can see I went about as high as that, which would be the highest that you would go with very, very dense hair. In some cases, like Kira's case, we could have gone a smidgen higher, but we did stop here. And now, to maximize the harvest, we are sectioning little ponies about that thick, and we are cutting it off so that we don't lose any of her hair donation. We make the donation the priority for the haircut, and then we'll come back and wet each section of it. So up until now we've harvested the length of the hair, cutting down into a bob, and now we start the layer process. And equally, I've measured where my layer is going to land on Kira's face so that she can still get it up in a pony. And from here we're going to be able to harvest that as well, and then just blending the top to the sides. That I don't worry too much about harvesting because there's very little hair, but that hair is quite important because we get quite an extra length from the top section of the head. So Talia, like in your case, with your mum who's received treatment for her cancer, the chemotherapy will then cause her to have hair loss. And it's women like your mum that we are actually gathering hair for and making these wigs for. And we really, really value and appreciate the fact that you've been able to donate a few ponies. And it's as easy as that. Thank you.
Pleasure. So how do you choose who receives the synthetic wigs for the Hairs of Love campaign?
Talia, what we do is we take vouchers of 3,000 Rand per voucher, and we give those to the different hospitals who will interact with patients experiencing hair loss. And we leave it to the doctors and the hospitals to choose who would benefit from receiving a wig in that way. Some of the hospitals do fun things. They'll create a raffle, and it's just a monthly draw, and that person then receives a wig. Otherwise, it's nice to be able to get to know your patients as they do, and be able to just decide that this person would really benefit and appreciate being able to receive a wig through the campaign.
Wow. And then do they get in contact with you, or do you get in contact with them?
Yes, so there's an actual voucher that we hand out, and they then bring us that voucher, which has the hospital's name on it. And then obviously we just justify or check up that they are indeed receiving the treatment. And then they can have a wig from the funds that we've raised through selling the hair occasionally to be able to top up the financial side.
Wow.
Yeah. And obviously being able to receive the hair is a crucial part.
Yes.
So even if you're not a schoolgirl, even if the moms and sisters and the general public are ever able to donate, that makes a huge contribution towards the campaign.
And how often do you think someone can or should donate their hair?
Well, hair grows about 15 to 20 centimeters a year. So without wanting to put the hair under too much pressure, I like to think once a year. So when we go to the schools, we like to do a harvest once a year and then hopefully get invited back.